Peter, thank you very much. Bringing in now my next guest, California Congresswoman Mimi Walters, Deputy Chair of the National Republican Congressional Committee. Good to see you today. I want to start with where you are in California and whether Democrats have a right to be worried.
Democrats do have a right to be worried. Our tax cuts and our conservative economic policy are playing very well, even in this deep blue state. And if I was a Democrat, I would be worried. I'm in Orange County right now. Our returns in my race, almost 50% of the absentees that are being returned are Republican. We're feeling very good about the race.
Now, Orange County is typically a little bit more conservative, so I would imagine that you would expect to do somewhat better there than you would do in more liberal areas. But are there areas where Democrats might be surprised?
Oh, I think they will be surprised. They're going after 7 of us in California where Hillary won our districts. And I think they think that they have a chance to win these races. And they are going to be mistaken because we are seeing the Republicans turning out so far on the early voting. And there's a lot of enthusiasm on the Republican side.
What do you think this tells us about November? We, have been having this conversation about a jungle primary and how people can come out from any party and vote for somebody else of any other party. It's kind of unique. What does that tell us about what could happen in November?
Well, I believe that Nancy Pelosi has overplayed her hand because she has said that in order to flip the House, they must do it through California. And I think she's going to find out that that's not going to happen. The Democrats have a very big problem of possibly not getting in the top 2 in a couple of our open seats here in Orange County. And if they get shut out of the general election, there's no way they're going to be able to take the House.
And what do you do? I mean, do you have the same problem for Republicans that you do for Democrats? You know, they're bifurcated. You get 2 Democrats on a ticket, and look at what happened in Pennsylvania. I mean, Connor Lamb went slightly to the right, and it got complicated. Do you have that same problem if there are 2 Republicans on the ticket in November?
Well, we do have 2 Republicans on a ticket in California's 48th, which is in Orange County, but we also have a lot of Democrats. What we're seeing right now is we have, in some of these races, the Republicans will come out first, and then it's a race for second place. So if we have 2 Republicans come out on top, we will be happy because then we know that the Democrats will be aced out.
All right, I want to get to some breaking news now. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has just said, due to the historic obstruction by Senate Democrats of the president's nominees, I'm quoting him from a statement, and the goal of passing appropriations bills prior to the end of the fiscal year, the August recess has been canceled. Your reaction?
Well, first of all, the taxpayers of this country send all of us to Washington, D.C. to do the people's work. And in the House, we've passed almost 700 pieces of legislation, and the Senate has only passed out close to 200. The Senate is sitting on 500 bills right now that need to be taken up in the Senate. And if Mitch McConnell, the leader, believes that they need to cancel August recess, then I am in full support of it because we need to get the people's work done.
You know, this is also some strategy, if you will, because this is calling Democrats out and saying, you have obstructed this way forward. And we've heard the president say this as well. How is this in terms of strategy, do you think?
Well, we've had a difficult time having the Democrats come to the table and move legislation forward, and you can see that that's happened in the Senate. I mean, again, they're sitting on 500 pieces of legislation. They've been obstructing the nomination process for this president, and the leader has said enough is enough.
Yeah, those nominations, that's part of it. There are some north of 100 positions that they need Congress to move on. Congresswoman Mimi Walters, first time on the program. We're so happy to have you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Breaking developments on